Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. And today I'll be unboxing the Dreamkeepers Tarot by Liz Houston. I'm actually really excited about this because I did pre-order this and I've been waiting for it for a little while now. And I just really wanted it in my collection because it kind of reminded me a bit of the mystical moments, kind of, very dreamlike, very strange, and I don't know, I just really love the imagery in this deck from the few photos that I've seen of it online. So I wanted to get it to add it to my collection. So in the back it says, inspired by traditional Rider-Waite, the Dreamkeepers deck plumbs the spiritual depths of tarot to help readers come to terms with the mysterious forces that influence our lives. So the intriguing imagery of the Dreamkeepers Tarot represents years of Liz Houston's journey of personal growth and healing, and includes new tarot art created especially for the US Game Systems edition. So she presents tarot as a mirror that reflects our deep inner truths and reveals our hidden motivations, beliefs, and expectations. Her art creates an alchemical blend of multiple paint media with digital photography montage, offering signs and symbols to help the reader interpret tarot and all of its wisdom. So it's 78 cards and includes a 180-page illustrated guidebook. It doesn't say how much it retails for, but I did pre-order this, so I got it at pre-order price, about $32 Canadian. I believe it's about 25 US, currently on like US Game Systems or something. But I know like a retail value, it's like $45 Canadian. Thankfully, I didn't pay that much, because that's a lot of money, obviously. But yes, I did pre-order this, so I got the pre-order price instead. I really do love the cover. It's so nice. Okay, so it is a two-piece box, which is very odd because this is a very large deck. I think they should have gone with like a hinge, like a hinge box with like a metallic, not a metallic, a magnetic closure instead of a two-piece box. It does have this thick book. This is very nice. This is very nice. So the box did come shrink wrapped, and so did the cards. I just removed the wrapping. I do hate when companies do that, though. If you shrink wrap the box, I don't think it's necessary to shrink wrap the cards as well. That's such a waste. So much plastic, and it's such a waste. And it hurts our environment as well. So, like, I don't, it's really not necessary in my opinion. Okay, so these are the backs of the cards. Very nice. Very cute. Okay, and we can then take a look at the book now. Nothing on the back. So it is in black and white. Great, there's a table of contents. I love that when there's a table of contents. A lot of the time with US Game System, their books do not have tables of contents. My Crow Tarot does not have a table of contents. I believe my Hush Tarot does not have a table of contents either. I'm trying to think what other decks I have by US Games. But it's always nice when there's a table of contents. It makes it easier to just go here, look at the page, and then just flip that page. So we have an introduction, basics, setting space, asking questions, interpreting cards. And then we have some tarot spreads, which is nice. Major and minor. Okay. So is there anything that we need to know about this deck? Let me just look quickly if you want to read. Okay, so she wants to empower the feminine. So my guess is there's going to be a lot of women in this deck. So the queen resides at the top of the hierarchy, and she's a symbol of empowered feminine spirit who is receptive. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so I guess it's like page, knight, king, and queen. And we have some spreads. We have a card a day, this or that. We have choosing between two paths. Nice. So option 1, option 2, current situation, past or underlying factor. Internal influence, external influence, action, outcome, and then the same thing for option 2. Interesting. Then we have a path of the heart spread and a simplified relationship spread. Okay. Cool. Okay, I like that. And then a mirror of the relationship spread. So these two are relationship wise, and this is about goals, I think. Reaching goals. Okay, so there's a little blurb about the major arcana. Then we go into the full. So it's a small picture of the actual card in black and white. Then it seems like we have some information about the card. Okay. Okay, so the whole thing is about the card, and then this is the actual message that the card gives. Then we have upright and reverse meaning. So it seems like we have 2 pages almost for each major. What about the minors? Let's see. So it does talk about each suit. The minors. Okay, we have the same thing. Okay, that's cool. That's good. This is a nice, looks like it has a nice chunk of information. Okay, so I'll set that aside. So now let's get into the cards. Okay, so I did show the back. So just once again, this is the back. I'm going to start with the Fool. So the Magician is renamed to the Creatrix. The Hierophant is a woman, which is nice to see. Typically, when we see the Hierophant, we see like a lot of the time we see like a religious figure, like the Pope. Then we have the Lovers. This is one of the cards that they showed a sample of. Really did like this Lovers card because it's 2 birds holding branches that have faces on them, which is very odd. And I don't know, I just loved it. The Chariot. He's holding 2 faces. Interesting. Strength. I like that there's a snake instead of a lion. Traditionally, the Strength card has a lion in it. So this is very nice. Hermit. I love how she's looking at herself. So this, like, for me, like, I really think about like reflection and introspection, so looking within or having deep reflections about with like our inner feelings and our inner like workings and whatnot. So it's really, really deep, that card. I love it. The Fates. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. I wonder what it says in the book about this card and why it's called the Fates instead of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the keywords are destiny, turning point, rather. Good luck, karma, life cycles. So it says an unexpected yet positive twist in the game of life. Ah, okay. So at the edge of time stand the Fates, Moray in Greek mythology, who preside over the fate of humanity and gods alike. Okay. Yeah, so this is usually the Wheel of Fortune. So they are the embodiment of the thread of life, as well as preceding forces over it. Each of them play an important role in constructing the predetermined courses of events. And then it talks about each one. So each woman in the card. That's nice. I do love that. Okay. Very detailed, because looking at this card, I'm like, who are these people, you know? But at least it tells you what each one represents, and it gives a backstory, which is very useful when studying a new deck. So yes. Then we have Justice. Justice is faceless for some reason, which is interesting. And there's a little man down below here. What is he doing? Is he catching butterflies? I don't know. Because these look like butterflies, and then I don't know what's going on. Interesting. Then we have the Hanged Woman. It's cool. It kind of looks like she's in a web of some sort. In a web of some sort. She's literally being held on by a web. Then we have Death. Wow, this is a beautiful Death card, I have to say. It kind of looks like her skeleton is coming out of her body, and like the body part is not a body, it's more like a spirit. It's like the separation between body and like spiritual being and like body, in a sense. That's really interesting. They have Temperance. Huh. We have the Devil. Interesting. Is this supposed to represent Lucifer, the fallen angel? I actually want to see. Let's see what it says. Oh, no. It represents Hades and Persephone. Interesting. Okay. Hades is portrayed as the abductor, tempting Persephone to his realm with promises of love and glory. Is he holding a pomegranate in his hand? Let me see. Oh, yeah, he is. That is a pomegranate in his hand right there. Right here. Pomegranate. Okay, that's interesting. Definitely a different take on the devil, because Hades and the devil are not they're not the same. They're not the same at all. Not in my opinion, they're not the same. So yes. Then we have the Tower. What is going on here? Okay, so we have some hands. There are people falling. Okay, there's the thunder, lightning. There is a tower of some sort here, but there's also like someone breaking in half. What are all these red things is what I want to know. What are these red things? Is that like a person splitting? Okay, so the maroon colored ribbons shooting out from the figure are suggestive of muscle, wow, I can't even read today, muscle tissue, illustrating the extent of the damage that this towering figure has been torn apart from the inside out. That is disgusting. Wow. Yeah. That is disgusting. I love it. I love it. That is like the epitome of destruction right here. So I'm just going to blow up from the inside out and hear my guts. That's literally what this card is. So this is the card on the box. Love that. The star. Then we have the moon. That's interesting. You can see her skeleton. Huh. Very interesting. Okay, you know what? Just do that. Then we have the sun. The face that she's holding, if you can see right here, the face that she's holding, kind of looks like the statue of David. Yeah. Then we have Judgment. Looks like she tore something out. Roots maybe, or someone's heart or something. We have the World. That's interesting. What's on her head? Okay. There's a statue of two people on her head. Wait, can it focus? There we go. Look, can you see that? Two people coming out of her head. That is weird. Really strange. Okay, we're going into the wands first. Looks like someone's peeking through a keyhole. Oops. We have the Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. These look like trees. Then we have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands typically is about conflict. There's someone's face on the floor. Let's see here. Yeah. And she doesn't have a face. Like, there's no face on this one. And then she's missing a hand, but she's holding it in her hand, I think. That's interesting. That's an interesting take on, like, battle, for example. Then we have a sense of victory. That is just weird. She has some kind of bird head. Very, very strange. Eight of Wands. Interesting. We have the Nine of Wands. It looks like her arms are like unraveling or something. Very weird. Very weird. We have a Ten of Wands. That is very strange because like looks like her skeleton's leaving her body or something. And then she's looking at herself, but that doesn't look like her face staring back at her. So that's very interesting also. Then we have the Ace of Cups. Interesting. Two of Cups. Who does this represent? Because I'm assuming, since a few of them already talked about mythology, that these are like based on mythological people. So let's see. This one based on anyone specific? Nope, doesn't say. She quoted Sigmund Freud for this. She quoted Sigmund Freud in this for this card. That is just real. Why? Freud. Three of Cups. Oh, there's grapes everywhere. She looks like she's chipped. She's holding someone's head with scissors in it. I'm being handed a cup. Very weird. Ooh, this is nice. Five of Cups. She's gazing at herself. But also there's someone in the moon. Huh. That's cool. We have the Six of Cups. Seven of Cups. Multiple faces. Interesting. And she's holding a different face in her hand. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Again, there's like a skeleton hand. Interesting. I really need to read the guidebook for this and then just go through them, because the guidebook probably has like a lot of insight and why she chose specific symbology for each card. Then we have the Ten of Cups. Now we're in the Swords. Is she walking on water? Then we have the Two of Swords. We have a weird body, but hands are there. And she's blindfolded. Interesting. This is definitely an interesting Three of Swords. She's headless, which is definitely interesting. And in the reflection, there's no hands around the heart. Is she a ghost? We have the Four of Swords. She kind of looks like she's drowning, like half in the water or something. We have Five of Swords with like tentacles from like an octopus. That is very odd. She has a body of a peacock maybe, and then a head of a person. There's like something laying on her, like a body that doesn't have a head. Maybe that's her body. Very strange. Very strange. Well, I guess it makes sense. It's called Dreamkeepers, so dreams can be very odd, I guess. We have the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords. Then we have the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. Ace of Swords. Oh no, sorry. We're at the Pentacles. What am I even saying? Ace of Pentacles. Why is her head there and not up there? Are those hands? Yeah, they're hands. Look. They're hands. What the? And then there's a skeleton of something and then a bird. Looks like a seagull. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. Weird. Okay, so they don't have heads, but look at the reflection. They have heads. Interesting. Also, you don't see this bottle in the reflection. You don't see the butterfly wings or the pentacles or whatever this thing is. Oh, I think it's the butterfly, the other part of the wing. Then we have Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, interesting. Her head is a music box. This person's creating a face. There's like fish between. Like they're like in the midst of finishing someone's face. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. It's interesting. And then we're going into the court cards. Oh, I didn't even notice that they weren't even in the with the rest of their suits. Okay, so we have the Page, Knight of Wands. We have the King and the Queen, because she did say in the book the Queen is the top of the hierarchy. So then we have the Page of Cups, weird, and then the Knight of Cups, King of Cups. Oh, that's on the book. And then the Queen of Cups, which is also on the book. Oh. Then we have the Page of Swords. King of Swords. Many hands. Then we have the Queen of Swords. the page. Interesting. The knight, the king, and then lastly, the queen. Okay, let's see how they shuffle. They have typical US game systems cardstock, so I'm sure that they'll shuffle just fine. I have lots of decks from US games, so, and their cardstock is really nice. Oops. Very smooth. This deck isn't glossy or anything, so it's very, very smooth to work with. Okay, so we'll read the world, because that's what came out. Okay, the world. Okay, at last, things have come for full circle, and a difficult journey reaches its end. Completion of a life lesson. A nude figure stands in the center of the cosmos, balanced between the earth and the heavens. Her body charts an ancient and sacred land, and her hands are the hands of the goddess, adorned with the Hamza, sign of protection, blessings, power, and strength. On her chest is the star of Iana. Hopefully I said that right, because I don't know. Ancient Sumerian mother goddess, goddess of love, associated with the morning and evening star Venus, and known for her dual nature. Emerging from her head are the divine masculine and divine feminine in a sacred embrace. Okay, that's what those people are on the top. Okay. When gazing upon the figure in this card, it may be helpful to recall the figure in card 1, the creatrix, who was not yet in form, but was summoning the directing energies in order to create form. In the Fool's journey through the major arcana, the spirit of innocence comes face to face with the archetypes, obstacles, and challenges in order to realize individualization. Here in the world, the journey has come to an end. The potentialities from the creatrix have settled into powerful flesh, and from her crown emerges the symbol of balance and unity. Okay, so these two, feminine and masculine, but also balance and unity. So there is wholeness, completion, balance here. The world feels complete. So the world card brings happy conclusions. This could be the completion of a literal or metaphorical journey, a lifetime of work that accumulates in retirement, or even just the completion of an important project. It is crossing the proverbial finish line in any goal that took effort and time to realize. It is being in the center of all good things for the moment and enjoying the rewards that accompany it. Okay, turn the page. Sometimes at the end of a remarkable journey, however satisfying the victory, bittersweet feelings may surface. So having given so much of oneself to this now fully accomplished path, parallel to the freedom and satisfaction, there may be a sense of loss as well. We must know when it is time to let the journey end, and remember that completion is only but a place to pause on the road. There are many rewards along the way, even if it is simply the sum total of the experiences gathered on the way. So the world card is also indicative of travel, seeing the world, getting out and doing new things, and the joy and satisfaction of being alive. This is the joy that radiates from us and has a positive effect on the world, reminding us that connectedness of all life. As environmental philosopher John Muir said, when we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe. So that was about the card. Now, for the divinatory message, the world card in a reading signifies the joy and satisfaction of the completion of a long journey. It is realizing your goals, of seeing things come full circle. It is here where a large lesson, perhaps even karmic, in scope has been completed. There is a sense of wholeness as the parts have come together, and with them, the revelation of what and who you really are. Always remember what it took to get here, the sacrifices, bravery, devotion, love, and faith required. Having completed but one major cycle, you are now free to go in any direction you choose. So you may start over again as the Fool, working towards a new goal if you like. Or if you can rest here for a moment, basking in the sense of accomplishment, for life will soon enough move you onto a new path of becoming. Keywords: upright integration, accomplishment, fulfillment, success, reward, travel, and completion. And reversed: stagnation, overwhelm, delays, narrow view, resistance to change. So that was the world. And this is everything I read. Complete mouthful of stuff. Okay. And that is also everything I read. So the divinatory message only has upright. There's only keywords for reversed. So just to let you know. So you can use the keywords to create your own meaning for the reversal. Now, one thing I did notice, however, is that there is no diversity in this deck. And in 2021, decks should definitely have diversity. I think because this deck is supposed to represent marble statues or mannequins, and I think that's why there's no diversity. I could be wrong, but I think that's the reasoning why there are no diverse characters. Marble statues are only come in one color, marble. So, you know, white marble is the only marble that you get when it comes to marble statues. So I think that's the reason why. However, I do want to say that diversity is very important in a deck, and I truly believe that in 2021, decks should have diversity to represent everyone. It's definitely something that should have. And if these are not marble statues, then there should have been more diversity. However, if they do represent marble statues, then I understand why there's no diversity, because marble statues are all the same. So, yeah. So that was my final thoughts on that. Cardstock, however, is beautiful. I do love the guidebook, very in-depth, really goes into detail about the card and why there's specific symbology. So I really enjoy that. I think the guidebook is very good for beginners. If beginners wanted to start off with a different type of deck than traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, which I usually don't advise, it's better to learn with like a traditional deck and then move on to something more fun and crazy. So this could definitely be you know, a secondary deck for someone who just started off reading, because the book is really good. So I do thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below what you think of this deck and everything that I've shown. Love to hear your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it's greatly appreciated. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.